Knowing the people you started business with, it involved drinking so much.
Yeah, it was like a picture of a she-male right away. Depending on the question, I don't answer the same. In the camera.
No way to cut. I will not cut it. Okay, guys, it's a date with Nilu, and today I'm on a date with a French guy, with a party animal, with William Soares Pinto on the island Koh Samui, right?
Yeah, we are in Koh Samui together, having fun. Nilu drinking champagne.
It's not champagne, it's sparkling wine.
Good, that's
What
the
about
first good thing. I'm drinking water. I know there is a lot of noise for me, like drinking a lot. Today I'm drinking water, guys. That's to be serious for the
you? We
interview.
break you soon. No
Exactly.
You know what? I have like some regular questions I ask my dates. So let's start with them. How old are you, William?
That's always the first question is always the bad one. It's 34.
34.
Yeah.
You're
And
pretty
counting.
young. You're pretty young. Are you single?
No, I'm not.
You're not. You're not.
I'm sorry, Nilu. I'm sorry.
But you don't have kids.
No, I don't have.
You haven't been married.
No.
Just you are in a relationship now.
Exactly. I'm
Okay.
sorry. The date's not so bad.
Maybe we.
The first question is like the bad one.
Should we like?
Yeah, cut it off
Stop
right
it.
there.
Do you remember the first time we met? I frankly don't.
I want to say yes, but was like probably 3 years ago. But I'm sure we met before. Actually.
3 years ago, where, when?
Was a thing in Cascais. I think I met you first, like just before the pandemic started.
No, I didn't go to Cascais before the pandemic.
Then I don't. I saw I met you much before, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it was years ago. Doesn't matter. So.
You caught me with your eyes right away.
No, it's just I think that. So I'm in online dating for like what, 5 years? Yes, and I always forget to say it that this video actually is sponsored by Ads Empire, and I'm from Ads Empire, and we have online dating offers for 50 plus geos on SOI basis, guys. So if you are interested in dating and you run dating campaigns, text me out and I will help you to set up everything. So let's get back to this. As far as I remember myself in online dating, I just knew you. I just knew you. So I don't even remember when I met you the first time. It was like so naturally, like, oh, this guy, oh, he's William, and this is it.
Yeah, I've been there for longer than you. I've been there for a while now, about 10 years. But yeah, I said like, I don't know exactly when, but I always remember you. Like this little bubbly girl, like jumping around everywhere and very helpful.
Ah. But tell me, when did you enter the industry?
It's over the 10 years ago, yeah. So,
And how it happened?
So I was living on the Isle of Man for some very obscure, random reason, let's say. And I was working in a bar and meet a guy which have a company, like a white label dating company, and chatted with him a bit, and he was at the time looking for translation, Spanish translation. And I do speak Spanish, and I helped him with his Spanish translation. And during this translation, or after this translation, like the guys had someone leaving, the sales representative leaving, so I just started to work with them. At the beginning, the translation I was doing was for very, very mainstreamish dating, like a few words which I didn't even understand, and a lot of like T's and C's and stuff like this. So I didn't really know what I was getting into properly. And then during the full-on interview, after like an hour and a half, this person said, okay, I want to hire you. And then let's say he was looking at an iPad, he turned the iPad around, and the picture was somehow very, very graphic. And I asked him to actually explain me again what the company was doing, because I was only sold, we do social media, community, blah, blah, blah.
Ah, but it was like adult kind of.
Yeah, it was like a picture of a she-male right away. So that was my first, like, the last few minutes of my interview.
Oh my God! So you started in adult industry, and still
Still on it.
Still on it.
Still on it.
For
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
than 10 years.
Yeah.
Are you not tired of adult? No.
No, but of the industry as per se, like adult dating, not at all. It is getting increasingly harder, and we will get to that. It's not as let's say, like it's much more. Yeah, I would say harder thing is actually the right word than before. But tired of the industry as per se, no.
No, frankly, the industry is growing and developing. So every time you got some kind of challenges that you face. And so you started as a translator, then he hired you, and then, but you used to live on the Isle of Man.
Mm-hmm.
When did you move, and where? And where do you live now, by the way?
Now I just actually moved, not even officially. I'm picking up my apartment after this wonderful holiday in Porto, so I'm moving to Porto.
Oh, nice.
Where was your first date? Actually, was from Porto as well, or living in Porto at least.
Yes.
Roman.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be very close to him now in Porto. So I lived in the Isle of Man, and then I think it was probably like 6 years ago, I would say 6 years ago, I moved from the Isle of Man to Serbia first.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Serbia, to Novi
What
Sad.
a weird choice.
Not just weird, like it was not random, this one. It was really because I was running like sales director of Xcash, and we had the operation there. And the Isle of Man is really like, if you think Serbia is a weird place, I don't.
No, not weird place.
No, but like
a choice.
a strange choice.
Actually, Isle of Man is a weird
Exactly,
choice
it's much
as well,
weirder. It's much
because
weirder than
it's
that.
not common, you know.
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
not common, especially when, for example, now you move to Porto. At least you know the language, you know. So if you're moving to, for example, Serbia.
Yeah, I spent a year and a half, or over than a year, not understanding anything for sure. And it's quite a hard language.
I remember you used to live in Bucharest when I saw you last time.
Yeah, I lived in Bucharest as well for, I want to say again, since the beginning of COVID, I live in Bucharest, and I just moved out. Now, as I said, I went back to Portugal, but I would say months ago now, and settling very soon.
But I think you've been working for Xcash for a long time, for like years.
Well, I worked for them. Yeah, I worked for them. I would say close to 4 years.
What did you do there exactly?
Well, I was leading the sales team. I was also working on the product, like running the affiliate program, and then like some.
What is the product, so the audience will also understand?
Like they have several flagship products, but one of the product was in France was tonplancu.com, very localized like stuff in each geo.
Yeah.
And then I decided, like, I would say 4 years is maybe a bit. After 4 years, maybe a bit less, 3.5 years to start my own thing, basically.
And now you are on your own stuff. And when did you start it, and what is it?
So we started. Again, I'm very bad with dates, but I would say we started like 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago.
You are talking about Loudbids.
Yeah, I'm talking about the whole project because we do several different stuff.
Okay.
Basically, I like to do several different stuff.
Yeah.
And we started. We did first like let's say met. We know each other with like the guys for a long time. We met. We had like a very special evening, very heavy evening, I would say.
Drinking?
And something like this, yeah, for not something like this, exactly like this.
Knowing the people you started business with, it involved drinking so much.
Something like this, yeah. And it was 5 people at the table.
Yeah.
And one of them is like also a friend, but he was not drinking, so this one went on business with us.
Oh, really?
And the 4 others went in business.
Yeah.
He was not supposed to, he was just here because he's got his job and he never intended to, but like he was not the drinker, so anyway he would have not worked as well as with us.
For sure.
And with Dennis, Dana and Lisa, we decided to go full on and to start to do something together. So that was the beginning, then started to do some emailing on performance all together.
But wait, how did you come? I don't understand. We are talking about project or product creation, right? And I'm always interested, like, how on earth people decide, like, okay, let's do this. Oh yeah, let's do this. Shake hands and what? They start.
Yeah, I guess it's like opportunity stuff.
Someone says, okay, you know, guys, I have this.
Exactly.
I have that.
Exactly.
So tell me your.
It's like okay, like Dennis
You were
and Lisa.
drinking a lot.
Actually, the first thing is like the day after is like okay, guys, with the amount of alcohol we all drink, we should maybe like work together, seriously, to at least pay for the bills, for the bar bills. That
What
was
was
one
the
of the
bill?
jokes.
What was the bill?
I don't remember at the time, but like that was one of the
Around.
joke in our like company. And if I want to go even further, our first holding, which was still in the Isle of Man, was called OOB Limited, which means literally out of bottle limited.
Out of bottle?
Because we have an history of finishing every time we go to a bar, we empty the bar and we dry it out. So our holding was called out of bottle limited. But now, as you see, I changed. I'm only on the water, and
You didn't. We drank yesterday, like.
no,
No.
not at all. So yeah.
That's why you're on the water.
Now I'm on the water, and I'm a good person. Don't drink anymore. I do yoga, meditation, and all this stuff. I see you guys don't see, but I see my business partners there, Dana and Dennis, which are laughing in the background. So I guess I should stop lying. All right. So Nilu, let's continue because, and I will be more serious.
Especially the yoga part.
Yeah, the yoga part, exactly.
So you were in a bar drinking. So you drank a lot, and you thought, okay, we have to cover the bill.
So let's do something together.
Let's do something together. So we would.
So at the time, I had some contacts with, some people, some advertisers, some people which do like data monetization.
Yeah.
And Dennis and Lisa had an engine, like an emailing engine, and also like doing a lot of emailing with their own product with slot revenue. So we started to work on this to understand if there is a case. We did a few tests and there is a real business case. So we started and we did some monetization, data monetization for a while. And then at some stage we had a lot of traffic. Now email is really, really hard, but at the time we really had a lot of traffic. And we started to understand that working only on rev share or on performance for this amount of traffic was not making sense. Like we could actually try to sell this traffic on CPC with some platform and like making the bidders, like the buyers, the bidders compete with each other and getting much higher EPC than what we were getting on performance. Mm-hmm. So after like some trials and error, we actually decided, because we have behind us, thanks to the guys, which been in dating for much longer than me and have a team, we started to build our own platform. Mm-hmm. And then when Loudbids was created, we created like Loudbids. It was first called Perfect Demographic. And the name was super long and not really fitting. So we worked a lot on the...
Perfect Demographic. Who came up with it?
Me, obviously. If it's a stupid name, I came up with it. And then like we work a lot, and then at some stage, okay, let's rebrand, because Perfect Demographic is hard to say. It's long. It doesn't fit even in logo. We had problem with like logo in the conference. Exactly. So it's like, and then like let's do something else. And we looked for a long time for a name. And then like we tried some AI for some stuff, and at some stage we like the megaphone, and I say I'm like beads, and I think if I'm correct, Dana came up with but like we all like to drink and we all loud, and also loud beads means like it's the bead which actually is the highest. Exactly. So this type of stuff makes sense, and loud beads was created.
Nice.
Again, you can imagine starting to talk about those like loud beads and drinking. Finding the name was also like a drinking session day.
Yeah.
Yeah, brainstorming.
I'm not even surprised, frankly.
I'm going to stop lying to the camera and to you, so I will only say the truth now.
Okay, then let's talk business then. So now, who are the shareholders of the company? So like it was 4 of you.
5 it was. We didn't mention the last person because
he didn't drink.
Us, no, not this person at the dinner. There is another shareholder, okay. Antonio, last one. I mentioned first Dennis, Dana, Lisa. Mm-hmm. There is a fifth shareholder, Antonio, and everything we do it together. So it's the five of us. And
how do you divide the responsibilities?
other people divide it for me. Dividing responsibility is not my strongest asset again.
Okay.
No, we have.
So to understand who am I dating with, you know?
Who is the clown of the company?
No, I think you must be good in business development because everyone knows you.
Yeah, and I heard several times that I'm not bad in sales and business development.
Yeah.
But it's two different. It's also two very different topics. You know, I don't like to mix the two.
You mean sales and business development?
Yeah, some people say the same, some people say it's different. You know, business development is really like holding relationship and trying to grow a business. For me, sales is going hard on sales pitch, and I really believe our industry more and more,
I can tell you how do I see the difference between sales and business development. Sales, it's when you have already the product, I mean the network, the offer, anything, then you are selling it just right away. And business development is finding the synergy, so you see something like a tool or anything, the features, traffic, and you see how this thing and your company and your product can synergy, and you develop it, you do something of it. It requires some time or like some idea creation, and then you get money out of it.
So
Basically, it can be like, to put it very simple, it can be like to find someone's traffic and to bring it to your offers, but it's basically sales. But it could be like business development is when you decide, okay, I have traffic sources in these countries and I don't have those countries in my product, for example, and you decide.
Yeah, for me, it's not quite. Like we all have different vision, but like one thing is sure, is that for me, we all have, let's say, like we all have our own skill. I would say one of my skill, because I can joke about myself, but I also can say like I have some skill, is really like nurturing relationship, understanding the people, and like going through like the motion of, okay, what does this person want? Because to get we all here to make business. We all here to get something from someone else. Like I want to get traffic from you. I want to get, but like one of the most important thing I really believe, to get there and to really go to deep relationship, which will bring like not just like the normal network to advertiser or network to publisher stuff, but some much deeper connection where you can do much more. First, you don't talk about yourself and what you need. Mm-hmm. You listen to what these people is and what he needs.
Yeah, right.
And then you find a common ground. Mm-hmm. The time of like, I am this, I do this, and that's it. I still see a lot of affiliate manager, of account manager, which do this.
Yeah.
Like the person arrived and said like, hello, I'm a billing person, mm-hmm. and an account manager will from a network in dating, which is I am. The person said, oh, hello, I am Mr. X, and I need traffic, but the person just said he is a billing person. So the best question is not to try to sell him your product, is to understand what does he mean by billing. Mm-hmm. I'm a dating advertiser. Oh, okay, I have traffic. Well, you don't know which dating advertiser I am. Do I do credit card or not? Do I run a free website? What model I pay? Which geo? I mean, what type of traffic I'm looking for? Like saying, people will say like, I have traffic, okay, I have offer, okay, everybody does. What does that mean? Let's dig a bit deeper. And I was told by a very wise man that we all have 2 ears and 1 mouth in sales.
Yeah.
To talk, to listen twice as much as we talk.
Yeah, right.
And
right.
this is very, very important. So I give here a tip, and I know most of the people probably know, but even myself, I talk a lot. You know I talk a lot. But when I meet someone new, and even more someone new, which I know is something that could benefit from me, I shut up. It's hard for me. It is hard for me. But I shut up, I listen, and then I ask my question. Mm-hmm. How you do this? What does that mean? When I believe, because you never understand from day one everything, but when I believe that I start to understand who is this person and what he does really, and what he needs really, I said, by the way, you need that, I can provide this and that. And it's very different than to doing the hard sell. So I used to do my show like a lot of people, going, giving business cards. I do this, I have offer, I sell traffic, Loudbids. No, please, I really push you, but tell me what you do. Tell me what you really do. And then asking questions about you, and then I will tell you what I do, because I sell traffic on our TV. We have a section that we do performance. We do email passing. We do a lot of API. So of course I have all those options, but if I don't listen to you first, I'm gonna try to sell you a big bubble of nothing, which will not actually excite you. When if I spend 2-3 minutes more listening to you, I'm gonna exactly know that right now Ads Empire is doing very well in this particular geo, and you buy traffic on CPL, and I will know exactly, instead of telling you, yeah, I have a redirect traffic for Japan, for example, I will tell you, actually, Nilu, I have very, very good email traffic in US. And maybe that's what you want. Most likely because I just listened to you. So I'm just answering your need. So now you're not a salesperson. Huh? Sorry. Now I will finish.
Trying to break
I will finish
you,
and then I'll let you talk.
You wanna drink maybe some alcohol?
No, actually I might have a beer, but really, like, you know, I will finish on that quickly. Is I'm not selling you anything anymore. You tell me what you want. Now I'm just answering your need. I'm answering your need, and it's very different. Now you can talk. Sorry.
No, it's not like I'm. It's actually what I was thinking to do is the change location. How do you think? Guys, we changed the location because I broke the guy and now he's drinking again. It was not actually difficult.
Yeah, it's not very difficult. No.
Cheers again.
Cheers.
You know, every time when I go to the conference, so we always like hang out before it and so on, and there is always a table for the name of William in that city, and everyone's like, okay, William Scotland, let's go. And how do you survive all this party animal stuff? And also I've heard that, not like I've heard, when I usually ask you, you say, I slept for like 2-3 hours.
Yeah, that's, a lot of people think it's a legend. Actually, it's not. I would not say I'm proud of it, because it's nothing to be proud of, let's say. But I have this quite super ability, which is to be able to go hard, go the way I do, let's say, going out the way I do, and sleeping 2.5, 3 hours, and do it all over again. And everybody which know me will tell you that it's very rare that William is not the first one on the booth the day after. It happens. It happened not long ago. I was not, but it's very rare. So I can go party crazy. I have no problem then to get up and to like go and do the full day of work. For me, like it sounds as again like some people might laugh at it, but I'm not saying it's needed what I do, and some stuff are not needed for sure. Let's not lie to each other. However, and that's the truth, you do not meet. And I said that I trained some people already. I was like some sales director. I was like trying to teach and let's say like train people to do what I do, or to do affiliate management, to do account management, to do sales. And one of the things is true is that, first of all, even if we do all business online, meeting people face to face, having some good time to people, and like being able to again like listen and communicate not just about work, but about anything else, it's super important. And I think most of the people would agree with that. The second thing is like people, you will not meet the same person at 10:30 at the booth and at 3 a.m. in the morning in the club. It's the same company, but you will not meet the same people. And sometimes you need both of those connections, you know, to be able to work. And it's very good to be at the booth very early, and it's very good to do the round of the booth. It's not very good, it's a have to. But going out and socializing and doing like this night owl stuff, which is like really like going out, talking to people, socializing, drinking with people, or not drinking, but at least socializing. I'm not enforcing here people to drink. I love to drink, I love to party, but I know people which do it very well without drinking, but they still socialize. It's very important for me. Important stuff is to break your comfort zone during the show, during the conference, break your comfort zone and go and meet people which you don't know. It's really go and talk to people. If you spend the 3 days of conference partying with your 4 or 5 friends, which you're always with, this is really useless for sure. But if you go and hurt yourself
this is
and
what
socialize,
usually happens actually. During the conferences, some people, not a lot of people, they just stick to their friends, their colleagues, and people they already know, and they somehow refuse to do new things, to go to new events, parties they don't know. They just stick to the people they know and stay in their comfort zone. But the things you're telling me now is like very professional sales stuff, I think.
but I am a professional.
Yeah,
I'm told.
yeah. And I wanted to ask, where did you learn it? How? What is the background of it?
Well, I don't know. I would say like I really learned. I learned a lot of stuff alone. I went a bit in school, but that was not really my strongest.
No one taught you anything sales?
Of course, yes. So my dad was a salesperson, and he did tell me a few things. I looked around me and I learned from a few people while in previous company, the previous 2 companies actually. I learned a lot as well. There's a couple of people which impress me in the way they sell or in the way they're like doing business development and sell, which is exactly this approach of like listening and not talking too much. You know, you said like a lot of people know me. I don't know everybody, and not everybody know me, that's for sure. But I would say a large portion of the dating industry at least, and even more the adult dating industry, I've heard somehow of William, like the company, and you know, like if you're this nice guy, if you're the guy which is super open, if you, they have no problem to reach out to you, and you can reach out to them, and you can always ask a favor, and doing favors and helping people, being the nice guy, always pay back. Being a nice guy is not easy. It's not just, okay, I'm going to be nice today. It's like a kind of, it's an attitude. I enjoy people, I enjoy talking to people, so I'm not even forcing myself. Some people you see in them when they are, you know, when they're on networking event, and they like it, they like the party, they like the people, but you can see it's still like a job. For me, it's been a long time I'm not working on conference because I enjoy the people, I enjoy meeting people.
This is the point, like when you advise people, go out, communicate, socialize, it's not mandatory to drink, but like go socialize. Not everyone can do it.
No, but then it shouldn't.
Those advices, they wouldn't work for everyone.
No.
So if you don't enjoy it, you don't do it. If you enjoy it, you're already there. So
exactly,
what?
Exactly. But
some people force.
Then after, you know, like some people enjoy it, they still are doing what I just said like earlier. But listening is.
Should they feel guilty about, okay, I'm not extroverted, I'm an introvert, and I don't enjoy parties? Should they force themselves to go to those after parties and communicate with the other people just because it's business-wise important?
Everything which you do, like work is work, and some stuff are required from people, needs to done. Like when there is some networking event, it's good to attend them. If you really don't enjoy it, if you really like cannot bear it, and people see on your face that you're here but you rather be somewhere else, okay, don't go. But maybe nobody can blame you to not like those stuff, but then maybe that's not the right industry for you, or at least it's not the right job in the industry.
What is your position at Loudbids?
Lead door knocker.
What?
Lead door knocker is what is written on my business card. So I knock on every door which I can, and that's my business card, like job title. My real job title, I guess, is I would say like sales director, I would say.
Because this is what is your expertise and what you're best at.
Yeah, that's what I'm good at. Yeah.
Yeah, you're monetizing your strength.
Yeah, that, you know, like we have a very in the company with the 5 of us, we all have very different skills. We all have very different background. Some come really from studies. Some come from no study at all. Some were there for a long time. Some before were already doing something in marketing, some not at all. And we figured out, and I think it's always been the case, that you hire someone for something, and at first that's the job position this person apply for, and that's what this person gonna do. And then very quickly you're gonna understand what this person is good at or not. And it's best to let the person, if it brings value to the company and it's worth it.
But tell me, you are now with all these 5 people. You've been friends with all these people you are making business with, right?
Yes.
Friends.
So basically, when we started, I never met Antonio. Dana was my girlfriend at the time, so we knew each other. And Dennis and Lisa, we were biggest competitor. I had my first company with our people, and then during X-Clash we were still like competitors at the beginning when they had dating factory, and then like they had another dating program, so we were in competition, but we always enjoyed, liked each other, enjoy each other. So it went quite, it went quite easily, let's say. And then at some stage it's like, okay, we're gonna do this, and when you start to do something and it worked, it's like, okay, that needs to be done in a week to make that work better. Okay, Lisa, what you good at? Well, she's good at managing the, product owner, managing the dev team and organizing. So that's what she does. And Dana is like really running the account management team, and she's like very detailed and very strict, like to handle like publishers. So that's what she does.
Did it affect your business relations or business when you split up with the? I mean, I can ask it, no?
You can ask it.
It's like because like you're building a business with people, and then something happens. You were friends. You were having.
Things happen all the time.
Interesting.
Things happen all the time, and I think like for this specific stuff, we both grew from it. Yes, of course, at the beginning it was hard, but I think we both intelligent enough to make it work. And as you can see, we're in Samui together. We have no problem, Dana and myself. So it's not like we're still running part of the business each of us, and we don't talk to each other. We talk to each other every day, and we have no problem.
Sometimes just someone sells the.
Yeah, it's part and bye. Right now, really, that's not what's happening.
But was it the time that you were thinking, okay, that would be, or it was like all comfortable, mature decision, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it was
grown ups.
Yeah, it was grown up stuff.
Okay, grown up stuff.
I know it sounds weird for me to say grown up stuff, but it was grown up stuff actually.
No, because a lot of people say that you don't make business with friends, with relatives, with this kind of stuff.
Well,
what about you? I mean, you have already done broke those rules.
When I broke those rules, I did business with my parents. So yeah, I broke those rules many times. I don't think it's rules, and I don't think they are even. Some people will say that. And for some people, it actually matter and it makes sense. For me, I actually think the opposite. If you have affinity with people, and if on top of it with this affinity, you can actually make money. And if you grown up, if something happen, life happen. That's the truth. Everything can be handled cordially. If at some stage someone sell this part, that's what it is. And it's not because of this that everything should fall apart. My opinion.
Okay. For you it works, it makes sense.
I feel like we're talking about very deep subject, but which is strange for me because a lot of people expect me to be light and to be easy, but this type of stuff was very grown up. It's very grown up, and it's stuff that or you're ready to do it or you don't. What I believe is not good is to do half measure. Let's do, but let's not do, and then is some misunderstanding. If everything is clear from day one.
I think what I see that all of you are here together on Koh Samui means that you have managed it like grown-ups, and the business is working. It didn't affect anything, and didn't affect you, personally you or other people's.
Yeah.
So. It must be done right.
The correct way.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember several times we were dancing at the after parties.
Yeah,
Who taught you this?
my dancing.
Yeah. Like dancing like...
First I'm gonna ask, did you like the dancing or not?
yeah.
Okay, depending on the question, I don't answer the same.
This is the sales
Exactly,
practices?
listen first.
Listen.
Okay, I guess I always liked dancing. When I was very young, I did some rock, like dance with my mom as well.
Okay.
My parents are also, like we say in France, fêtards, which means party people. So I've been partying and dancing for a long time.
Nice.
And you probably notice as well, but I don't just dance. I'm also like my nickname aside of Winnie in the industry or outside. My nickname for my close friend is Jukebox because I love to sing, and I know a big array of songs. All the stupid songs you can imagine. Normally, if they're stupid enough, I know them.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
but your nickname is Winnie. Why?
Because I've always been like large and round, let's say. Also because my name is William and he's not that common. He's not uncommon, but he's not that
Like Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, like Winnie the Pooh is not that uncommon, but he's not super common either in France.
Yeah.
And then like that was the time, you play online, starting to play on Counter-Strike online, this and that, and in the nickname, and I saw like the Real Winnie was good because it was one guy which actually set up his account probably before me, and he was called Winnie already. And so I just like was pissed, and I chose my pseudo with the Real Winnie. So that's the real story behind the Real Winnie, and this name has been following me like now since I'm 13. You see probably my shoes. I made some shoes not long ago with Winnie the Pooh on it. I have some T-shirt with Winnie the Pooh. So yeah, it's very much my thing. And I think it fits me, but careful. Winnie the Pooh, we're talking about the Western version of it. Okay?
Not the Soviet.
No, because I saw that one. There's also some funny story. I saw that one and I was really like, fuck. Sorry for cursing.
And it's for kids,
Piglet with a fucking rifle, like to kill the bees in the Soviet one. That's nothing to do with Winnie the Pooh. In our version, everything is mellow. The guy give honey to everybody. Piglet is just like jumping around. So. Not your stuff. Beautiful plane.
Beautiful plane, yeah.
My dad is so distracted. Every time something happens, she just look away from me.
No, I'm controlling, so the sound and
yeah,
everything will be good,
So yeah, that's a little anecdote.
You said you were more round back in the times.
Yeah, I was much slimmer. Like 4 years ago, I was also much fatter. 7 years ago, I want to again, like I lost 50 euros to you. Actually, I need to give it to you because I said I will lose weight and I didn't. But I want to really like restart to lose weight and restart to train. But yeah, I would not mention exactly. But I have some hormone disbalance, and that's the truth. And my weight is quite all over the place because of this hormone imbalance, and because I can be lazy as well, but that's a different question altogether.
But how can you be lazy as and be so active during the shows and so on? Because you look like a very the person with a lot of energy. Yeah,
I have a lot of energy, but the problem is like if you don't have if you're energetic but you're not like
using it in a proper
way.
Well,
if you're not organizing your day.
Yeah.
The day goes by, it's already like 10 p.m. and you still have not done everything you should do. Mm-hmm. So I don't have this proper like rhythm and this proper organization. Mm-hmm. It's not like I don't like when people say, well, I'm fat because I don't have time to train. No, everybody have time to train, like everybody have got time to eat. Like, so it's not this actually. It's like knowing how to fit everything. And some people are very good at it, and everybody can fit everything in their day. But some people are very good at it, some people are not.
So you lost me 50 euros.
Yeah, I owe you 50 euros, don't worry. And I will give them to you and to your first date.
And to my first
exactly.
Date, right. So we can bet again.
Yeah, double or nothing.
No, now you can say on camera. So.
Yeah, okay, double or nothing. So we are the 10th of December, on the 23rd of February, which is the beginning of the next show, we will see each other all together in Cascais, in the European Summit.
In February.
In February, and the first day of the show, I'm saying in camera that I will have lost at least 10 kilo.
10 kilo. And what is your weight now?
This one I don't know. I will show you in private.
I think if you're serious and we're shaking our hands
in the camera,
then it will take some editing and so on. But I will get the numbers from you when you're back to Porto, and we will just yeah.
No problem. Really.
Okay, a double or nothing?
Yeah, double or nothing.
Okay.
So 0 or 100.
Yes.
Okay, that works.
Cheers.
Yeah.
We shook hands. It's serious now.
And people will see it. So.
And people will see it. It's no way to cut. I will not cut.
See, guys, you go on the date, and on top of that, you need to lose a bet and lose 100 euro. It's terrible. I always got done by this thing. I don't know why, but I always lose actually.
No, now you have to do something about it.
Or to pay you, one or the other.
It's actually not big money.
No, I rather win actually.
I feel so hot.
Yeah, it's very hot.
Thank you, William,
for
sharing a lot of actually personal and not really personal information. It's I appreciate because frankly, I don't think that many people see you like this.
Well, probably not.
Probably not.
There's a lot of people think, there's still some people which really ask me, but do you even work? And then if you spend some time with me, not here, but in a normal place, you will understand. It's not just all fun and game, let's say. I wish it was, but it's not.
Yeah. And how many people now you have at Loudbids, working for Loudbids?
I would say over than 20.
20?
Overall, between devs and marketing and...
But you are the only person who was responsible for sales? Or also the other shareholders?
No, Dennis is also handling sales.
Yeah.
More focused on the Russian-speaking market.
Okay.
But
you can cover French market, Portuguese.
Yeah, and Spanish and English and
Canadian, but the whole Canadian.
Well, the whole Canada actually. But yeah.